There is a protein that remembers the stress you never felt. Your deepest physical resilience isn't willpower. It's microscopic architecture holding steady against collapse. Imagine your cells as intricate city infrastructure under siege by heat or metabolic chaos. When things get bumpy, when systemic demands fluctuate wildly, the cell deploys its maintenance crew, these molecular chaperones. They are the repair technicians ensuring crucial components don't crumple into useless clumps when life gets tough. This constant, silent stabilizing action is what we call heat shock protein dynamics. It's not just about survival, it reflects your internal state of order or disorder long before you can even name the feeling. Think of your cells like microscopic construction sites running in constant temperature fluctuations. They need dedicated supervisors just to make sure the molecular blueprints stay correctly folded under pressure. This maintenance crew is what we call chaperone systems, and their activity is incredibly responsive to our internal state. When systemic stress rises, whether metabolic or perceived, these chaperones change how they operate. It's not simply a feeling of fatigue. It's measurable protein instability linked directly to autonomic nervous system signals. Resilience at the highest level isn't just willpower. It's verifiable molecular order being maintained right down to HS90 stabilization. Imagine your cells are incredibly complex buildings under constant environmental stress. Heat shock proteins aren't just random molecules. They function like specialized maintenance teams. They stabilize every critical component of life, ensuring protein folding doesn't unravel when things get tough. This molecular scaffolding is proof that our inner composure, our perceived state of resilience or fragility, has a tangible physical anchor inside us. When we maintain internal order, the cellular machinery stays robust and stable at a fundamental level. But this connection goes deeper than just protection. It suggests something profound about pattern recognition, which means something nobody expected for how your subjective experience actually shapes biochemistry next time you feel stress. Imagine your body's cells are like a complex machine constantly fighting against heat or internal chaos. When things get stressful, physically or mentally, proteins start misfolding, they become unstable. This is where molecular chaperones step in, acting as microscopic repair crews ensuring structural integrity. They don't just fix proteins, they regulate the very definition of your cellular composure itself. Sustaining this inner order isn't random luck. It's a quantifiable biochemical negotiation between metabolic stability and proteome resilience. But some studies argue that this protective mechanism is purely reactive, not predictive. Who gets it right? The way these chaperones respond to subtle changes in heart rate signals suggests we are witnessing the physical echo of our deepest self-regulation practices. We need to see what happens when those echoes break. The body is constantly being assaulted by subtle stress signals, heat shifts, metabolic dips, environmental noise. Think of your proteins as incredibly delicate structures trying to maintain a specific shape in an impossibly turbulent universe. That's where chaperones come in. They are molecular mechanics, the microscopic repair crew ensuring these vital components don't fall apart under pressure. But resilience isn't just about fixing things temporarily. True durability means rewriting the instruction manual itself. The chaperone machinery stabilizes critical cellular machines and allows for deep neurological shifts, adaptation on a fundamental level. We know this process mediates epigenetic change, but what specific regulatory feedback loop dictates whether that adjustment is temporary damage control or permanent systemic evolution? You have to see how it happens next. We always assume stress was purely corrosive, that it breaks down your system until you crash. But the data suggests otherwise. The molecules in our cells are actually engaged in constant microscopic acts of preservation. Imagine them as tiny factory managers ensuring every component stays correctly folded, even under immense pressure. This is what chaperone proteins do. They stabilize life's blueprint when everything around it is trying to tear apart. And here is the pivot point. Because if these stabilizers respond not just to physical heat, but also to subtle shifts in our energetic state, then maybe resilience isn't a reaction we endure, but something we are actively tuning toward. What does that imply about control? The core message here is that your inner state isn't just something you feel. It actively changes the way your cells hold themselves together. Think of heat shock proteins like maintenance crews in your body, rushing to stabilize vital machinery whenever things get too hot or stressed out internally. When we maintain quiet physiological composure, when our system operates with deep resilience, we are giving those molecular chaperones exactly what they need. Stability. Your calm is not just a feeling, it is measurable scaffolding for life itself. The actionable truth? By prioritizing systemic steadiness, you aren't just reducing stress symptoms, you are actively protecting the integrity of your own operating code. The full research archive is at jmthomasofficial.com. We found that your inner equilibrium isn't just a feeling, it is molecular architecture. Imagine your proteins are complex sculptures under extreme heat. The chaperones are the unseen artisans stabilizing every curve against collapse. When you feel brittle, the cellular maintenance system shifts gears to survival mode. The takeaway? Resilience begins not with trying harder, but by mastering internal rhythmicity and systemic calm. That sustained composure allows those molecular artisans to keep building things correctly. Your stillness is your deepest biological protective mechanism. Discover how this translates to deep somatic practice at jmthomasofficial.com.